Guys, urgent video. I found some really interesting data on Zcash. You've probably seen it's been pumping like crazy. Everyone's talking about it. But I found some suspicious data on chain with the wallets holding, with the bots that are buying, Binance suspiciously moving, and suddenly the price starts to tank. I'm going to look into the longs and shorts that are currently active. Some really good traders that have just opened some short positions. So let's get into it. So Zcash has been pumping out of nowhere. The SMC bot called this all the way back at $39. It gave a buy signal on Zcash. See how it came back. Gave a buy signal. Retested the SMC moving average, and look straight back to the SMC back here as well. We back tested it again. Really strong signs of support when you get the buy signal, when you get those retests, and then sky was the limit. I didn't actually see this buy signal, so congratulations if you took that. I think you should be up 10x if you took that. So 1k to 10k in just a few months. Absolutely crazy. We keep pushing to the upside here. We've gone past our target of this wedge breakout, and we're nearly at $400. Where are we in the grand scheme of things? Well, we've surpassed the last cycle's high. So basically, if you don't know Zcash, basically it pumps towards the end of the bull run. So it pumps towards the end of the bull run very aggressively and then has a sudden crash. It sucks in retail. The last batch of retail that come into crypto are like, oh, what's this? This is pumping. You know how retail work. They like to buy things that are pumping. They like to buy green candles when, they should be buying red candles down here. They should be buying red candles down here. But they FOMO in. They see influencers talking about it, and they get trapped. And then obviously the insiders go and dump on them all, right? So it's had this pump and dump, This time is interesting because you would expect diminishing returns on these pumps. You would expect this to trend down, but we have surpassed this last high here. So there might have been a lot of people actually, I think there was a lot of people actually who started to short around 285 to 300. And, it's now broken above that and it's sitting around 384. 8 billion FDV market cap, 6.26 billion market cap. Volume 1.3 billion. Most of the volume is on Binance. Now remember that because we're going to talk about Binance next. So, Coinbase 122 million, Binance 400 million, and then you've got 38 million on another Binance wallet here. So 3x, 4x the volume on Binance. So we know kind of where most of this pump is coming from, right? It's coming from Binance. Now I posted about this recently on Twitter. If you're not following my Twitter, go and follow it, guys. Just type in this one. You can see all my recent updates. Maybe a cult tradition. For whatever reason, Zcash is pumping. It does this at the end of the cycle. Each bull run, trade safe, seems to be pumped by KOLs and Binance, crime in retail into euphoria. So like I said before, they pump it, and then the last bit of retail left that come into the space often end up getting rugged. And the token ends up going down 90 to 95%, maybe 99%. On chain, there is no smart money or institutions, and I'm going to show you that because that is phenomenal. I think this is the first time I've never seen any funds, institutions, VCs, smart money invested into an asset that's pumping like this. That's 5-6 billion. Big red flag. Can it go higher? Of course. If someone is pumping the price, it could go up to 10 billion, 20 billion. Depends how much money they have to play with, right, guys? So, it can be very, very hard to short these. But if you look at last cycle, if you shorted up here, you made life-changing money when it crashed to the downside. And it crashed in 3 months. The beautiful thing about these is they do move up quite fast. I believe this is the monthly candles. They do move up quite fast, but look how fast they come down. Usually all of the gains are eroded within 3 months. So, it can come down 90 to 95% within 3 months. So if you do manage to catch the top, you're normally paid out quite heavily within the few months. And this is usually when the bear market starts as well. So Arthur Hayes, nothing stops this train, Zcash to $10,000. So even though it's just gone up 700%, Arthur Hayes is saying Zcash to 10K. These are very top of the market things. These kind of bullish posts around the end of the market when, we're seeing the entire crypto market get flushed and people getting liquidated. These kind of happen around the end of the market, so this is a big red flag. Arthur Hayes is an absolute huge account, 758,000 followers, followed by a lot of top KOLs, a lot of top people in the space. And it's quite hard to get him to market for a project. Same with Nansen, very huge account, 778,000 followers. Also saying bullish posts around Zcash. Buying Zcash at 361 is like buying Bitcoin at 361. Crazy posts when both of these guys know exactly what happened last cycle. They know how these things work at the end of the market. They know we're at the end of the market. So two things, and we got Gainsey here. Zcash is literally encrypted BTC. You're going to buy it whether you like it or not. A lot of top accounts, 321,000 followers with very large followings have started to all of a sudden talk about Zcash. Now, these are skilled traders, and they know that buying something when it's 700% up is not a good move, right? I say skilled traders, but they seem to be buying, or apparently they're buying. I don't see that on chain, but they know that buying something 700% up is very dangerous. One of the sayings I've had at SMC for a long time is early or skip. Are we in with the SMC bot? Okay, we're early. The SMC bot's told us to buy at $35, $40. We're early. Let's ride it, and then I'll just sell when the signs appear, when there's a sell signal. Or I could technically just sell when the SMC bot gives me a sell, which I could also short when the SMC gives me a sell, which I probably will do, guys, right? As soon as the SMC bot gives the sell signal, I might take that short. So they're very smart guys, where at least they've been in the space long enough to know that this is not how you play the game, right? They know this is extremely dangerous. They know that it can end at any moment whatsoever. But for some reason, they're pumping it. Now, why are they aggressively marketing this altcoin? I would say probably one of two or one of three reasons. So number one, they maybe have been paid to promote this coin, right? So they might have been paid to promote it. I don't know who by. I would lean whoever is running Zcash probably has huge connections with Binance, because it seems like there's a lot of Binance activity, which we're going to talk about on chain. So number one, maybe they've been paid for it. If you go and look at Zcash, they've upgraded their team. They've done some new stuff in the back end. It does look like they maybe have a marketing strategy, right? What do? It's the end of the cycle. Zcash is supposed to pump here. Maybe there's a marketing strategy. Maybe they had an allocation to pay some influencers. So I'm not saying they were paid, guys. I'm just saying that's one of the options I would look at when speculating. Two, they know the insiders. So option two, they know who is running Zcash. They had the heads up that whoever is running Zcash has just partnered with a market maker, or they're about to start a campaign for Zcash, or they're about to try and push the price higher. And they've had some, solid inside information that this token is about to push or is about to do well, or they've got some high conviction from someone on the inside that there's something going on in the back end where Zcash is going to do this. Maybe there's going to be a massive partnership with I don't know, an integration of Zcash into a top exchange or something. Maybe Zcash is going to be integrated with Robinhood. I don't know. There seems to be some sort of information or some sort of confirmation, because I refuse to believe that Arthur Hayes is saying that this can push to 10K after it's just done a 700-800% move. And, they're comparing Zcash to Bitcoin after it's just been dead. If it was Bitcoin, why has it been dead for nearly 2 years? No one was interested in it for 2 years. And then all of a sudden, just at the end of the bull run, it's suddenly amazing. The fundamentals have suddenly changed. No. Okay, we know that's not the case. We also know that any left-leaning government is going to shut down Zcash in a second, right? They hate privacy. They're not going to let us have privacy, guys. Yes, we might have Donald Trump in presidency right now, and an SEC who pretty much can be bought, or don't really care too much. But the left hate privacy, and when we have a strict SEC, these projects are going to absolutely melt. Even if Zcash did have a successful rally, when the tables turn for privacy, it goes straight back down, guys. Interesting. We also even have CoinGecko posting about it. I think they're owned by Binance, so I can't confirm that. but I think they are owned by Binance, and they have also been heavily shilling Zcash. What do we see? Who is buying Zcash? Where are these pumps coming from? I'm going to tell you. Bots, bot. Wait, one real trader. Okay, we have a real trader here. So bot buy 52k, bot buy 32k, bot buy 27k, 23k, 22k, 22k. One real trader 19k, bot buy 18k. One real trader 112k, bot buy. Right, all bots. The biggest buys this week have all been bots. In my opinion, there is a market maker pushing the price up, which we're going to talk about. How much smart money are holding Zcash? Don't forget, it is $6 billion in market cap. Surely one smart money holder is holding it. Surely one VC, one fund, maybe Sigil fund. Surely someone had some news about this. Why do only the KOLs know? Actually, no smart money are in this. Zero. There was a little bit of money in here and it completely sold off in the slightest move. Now, this is weird. No KOLs, apart from, obviously, we don't have Arthur Hayes' wallet on here and we don't have Ansem's wallet on here. This is also interesting to see no KOLs are inside Zcash, yet it's 6 billion market cap and it's done 700%. So is there a select few KOLs that have been given access to this or given the heads up or have been promoted? Because a lot of the other KOLs are actually fudding Zcash, saying the same sort of things I'm saying, that this happens every cycle, this marks the top of the bull run, it's a pump and dump, it's manipulation, it's run by market makers. But then we have a few select KOLs who are saying it's the next Bitcoin. So very, very suspicious that there is no other KOLs in here apart from a select few promoting it. Are there any whales in here? No whales. There were a few whales. They sold their entire bags. How strange is this? I've never seen this at all in all of my time in crypto. I've never seen no smart money, no whales, no KOLs on an asset that's just pumped 700% and is sitting at 6 billion, 7.8 billion FDV. Never seen that before, ever. Let's go and have a look at some more of these wallets. Who are the top holders then, right? If bots are buying this, who's the top holders? 50.3%, over half of the supply is sitting in the Binance reserve. Okay, where do we see most of the volume? Binance. 3 or 4 times the volume of Coinbase, right? So we know that this is a Binance move. Who is the next top holder after the Binance reserve? BNB Millionaire. Okay, so someone who was very, very heavy into BNB. I've gone into their wallet. It's a very OG wallet that had BNB very, very early. Now, I don't want to say that this is CZ, but it possibly could be CZ, right? Their balance is now 2.5 million, and the Binance Reserve wallet is now $23 million. Now, bear in mind that we know that this historically goes down 90%. Or 99% each cycle. So, if this, let's say all of these wallets are Binance's, because I can see that this isn't a real person, this isn't a real person, this isn't a real person, more Binance hot wallets here, this isn't a real person, this might be a real person, this isn't a real person, this is a bot, real person, bot, real person, okay? So there's a couple of real people. I've never seen this. Well, I have seen this on many manipulated pumps, but I've not seen this on 6 billion market cap. Very, very suspicious. And even on the next pages, it's more insider wallets, or bot wallets that are holding most of the supply. There's really, normally on a project like this, you'll see Hyperliquid Millionaire, ETH Millionaire, Doge Millionaire, right? I don't know, Link Whale. You'll see lots of other whales in here, but this is just pretty much all controlled by one entity, probably Binance, probably BNB. Very, very interesting. And look, we could start a conspiracy where maybe Binance are up to something here. Maybe Binance sees something in Zcash. Maybe they want to own the entire token. Maybe they are going to integrate it with something. I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm betting on probabilities, and the data says to me that this is a pump and dump. the KOLs say to me that this is a pump and dump. The bot buys, the lack of smart money. You got to think, right? Let's say Binance were accumulating this for an integration into their platform, some sort of dark pool privacy feature or something. There would be some sort of partnerships. Some of the insiders that they would be working with, some of the other companies they'd be working with, you would have seen them buy, that you would have seen a smart money buy, you would have seen public figures buy, you would have seen whales buy. We don't see any of that at all, and this is a major red flag. It gets worse, guys. Look at this. This is the Binance wallet that's holding a lot of the supply. Now, every time this moves, you see every time they start to move funds, you can see here 16 days ago 458k, 419k, 19 days ago 240k, 24 days ago 1.1 million, 26 days ago 2.8 million. So every time they move these funds, notice the price goes down, the price goes down, the price goes down, price goes down, price goes down drastically. This is where they moved a lot of the funds, and the price really tanked. So when this Binance wallet starts to move the supply, the price goes down. So I am short in Zcash, but I'm looking to take a very big short when we see this again, when we start to see. Now, they haven't moved it in 16 days. They haven't made any of these big moves in 16 days, which might mean that they're letting it run a little bit right now. Okay, so it's quite a good way to make a project stand out when the market's crashing and you really push a project. It's a good way to suck retail in, because it's the only green thing in a sea of red, right? It sticks out like a sore thumb. So I'm tracking this wallet, and I'm going to keep an eye out for when we see these withdrawals, because I think when we see the next withdrawals, we're probably going to see this tank to the downside. I think this is why it's run up quite a bit here recently, is because Binance have stopped moving a lot of the supply around. I can't say they're selling, but you know, they move, the price goes down, they move, the price goes down. You know, it's likely they're selling, guys. So yeah, gonna really keep an eye on this wallet. I'll keep you guys updated. Don't forget to like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on any of my notifications, especially on Zcash. If you want to use Nansen, so if you want to get all this data for yourself, it's called Nansen. And if you use my discount code, you actually get a discount on it, so you don't have to pay full price. So the discount code is SMC, so Smart Money Crypto. Yeah, it's phenomenal tool, this is, for tracking data on chain. What do we see on the longs and shorts? Very split. So half of the smart money are long, half of the smart money are short. So I do like to see smart money short for a leading indicator. So this says to me right now that even the smart money don't know whether this is going to pump or dump. KOLs, who I treat as kind of retail, so public figures, are long, 2.02 million. So I would treat that data as retail. Sometimes they'll get some inside information, but most of the time KOLs are the worst traders. They trade like retail. Whales, a bit of a mix. Whales slightly better than retail, but sometimes you also get some inside information on whales as well. And whales are $42 million short. One of the biggest shorts is $14.93 million position value. And they are a pretty good trader, even though this trade is in a loss, 29%. They're a pretty good trader, and they've made quite a lot of money. They just made 5.9 million, or they're on 5.9 million on that ETH short that they just took. Apart from that, bit of a mixture. 7 million long. Another whale here is short. Another smart trader here is long. High balance whale short. Former smart trader short. It's a real mix. I don't see any evidence here that I've got some solid alpha, apart from there is a lot of whale short, and you could argue that a whale could be maybe someone at Binance or someone on the inside, but normally it's the smart money who are gonna win when looking at this kind of data. So really interesting. What do you think, guys? Do you think Zcash is going higher? Do you think it's going lower? Are you holding Zcash? Do you think what I've talked about makes sense? Does it look manipulated to you? Am I crazy? Or is this another top of the market red flag? that we see every cycle. Yeah, really, really interesting. I think it's getting to dangerous market cap size. You got to think logically, right? Let's say you are pumping this and you've put hundreds of millions, if not billions, into this. You don't really want to be left holding that bag, right? You don't want to be left holding that bag. Even these guys who make a lot of money don't want to lose $100 million trying to pump. So that's why when it ends very fast. Like, they pretty much exited the entire position in a single candle. How crazy is that, right? So everyone was like, Zcash is going to 1K, 5K, 10K. It's the next Bitcoin. And then within a single month, it pretty much eradicated all of those gains, because the bots that buy up, the insider, the market maker buying up, has to sell rapidly. Otherwise, everyone else is just going to get out and they've lost all their money, right? So they need to sell extremely fast before anyone else. And if you can short that, happy days. It's just very hard to short, guys. I'm in a short on Zcash at the moment. And do you know what? If it hits a stop loss, it still hasn't hit a stop. I think 400 is going to be a big psychological number. So that might get front run. Sometimes, you know, these things can get front run, because if everyone is planning to short 400, some people will just go and short 390, right? This might have even been the top, maybe 400 to the top. If you break over 400, you probably go higher. 500 is going to be a crazy psychological number. And again, maybe that could get front run at 480, 490. And then 500 if we see it. I would say the market cap's getting very big now. It's very hard to push this from 6 billion to 12 billion, which would double the price. So, you know, $700, $800. Very, very hard to push it that high. So yeah, going to be interesting. I'm not going to keep shorting it. I'll take a few shorts here and there, just small positions. I'm not going to keep shorting it. I will take a very big short if we see Binance start to sell again, right? That's kind of the leading indicator I'm really looking for if I start to see these big transactions. And I want to see it in the multi-millions, because, you know, we see on the last sales, 500,000. Actually, this was really big, $3 million. That's what I want to see. I want to see these $3 million sales, $2 million sales, and then that will give me enough clarity to go ahead and take a fat short. Probably on some decent leverage as well. It's funny how they stopped selling. They let it run a bit. We'll see how long they let it run for. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of these videos. If you want to join the Discord, so if you want to see all my buy and sell alerts, and you want to get this SMC bot in your own trading view so you can see all these buy and sell alerts for yourself, head over to my X, search this on Twitter, not the top one, the bottom one, click the link, and that will show you the link to get involved with us. It's a monthly thing, so you can leave at any time if it's not for you. If you're not finding value, just come in, see what we're about. You can even look at my portfolio in stocks, and you don't have to stay in. You can leave at any time if it's not for you. And then you can see all my buy and sell alerts. These are some of the alerts I posted in the Discord recently. Yeah. That's it for now, guys. Until then, I will catch you in the next one.